Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. It's been a while. Today I'm here showcasing my Nintendo 64 collection for the year 2019. I was about to say 2018. But yeah, I have a pretty small yet humbling collection, I would say. I don't have a lot of the good titles, but I do have some of them. I'm not going to talk about every single game here, obviously, because I haven't played every single game I own extensively, unfortunately. But the ones I have played a lot of, I will talk about. So let's get into the first game here. We got Bomberman Hero. This is just one of the cheaper Bomberman games that I picked up when I got my N64 years back. And yeah, it's alright. It's not like Bomberman 64, I would say, but Bomberman Hero, it's a decent title. Put that right there. This one is one of my more recent pickups. I got Buck Bumble. I really only bought this game because Ant Dude, if you guys don't know him, he's a YouTuber that does, reviews, or not really reviews, but he just talks about games on his channel, and this is a running joke on his channel where he just has Buck Bumble, in his channel or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what the joke is, but when I saw this, I immediately thought of him, and you know what? It was what, $15? I think that's a decent price for this game, actually. And yeah, so bought that. I'll put that down because it has plastic around it. Bust a Move Arcade 2. I'm always down for a Bust a Move game, and you know what? I found this at a thrift store years back, and it was pretty cheap, decent price, so I was like, why not? So I bought it. Diddy Kong Racing. Now, this is a pretty good kart racer. I really liked what I played of it. I obviously didn't play a lot of it, unfortunately, but it is a pretty good game. I know that the story mode, like the final boss, gets like really dumb and really BS-y, if I can say that. Like, it's definitely not fair in a way, but you know what? This is definitely one of the better rare titles on the N64 and a pretty good kart racer from my understanding. GoldenEye 007. This is just a fun multiplayer game. Even if you've never played this game when you were growing up or whatever, I recently actually played this game with my friends, 4 players, and just trying to get through the controls and just trying to kill each other. That was just really funny and just hilarious to watch. Even when I wasn't playing, this is just a really fun game to just sit down and play with your friends, which is why it's still, a very highly valued title in the N64 library. And you know what? It's still, one of the, I guess, very early FPS shooters back in the day. So, some people say it still holds up to this day, but I think the controllers obviously, have aged very poorly, but, for what it was on the N64, the controllers that it has, I think it's alright. Mickey's Speedway USA. Now, this is a game developed by Rare, as you can see, but this game is actually surprisingly really good. I think I played this more than Diddy Kong Racing, as much as I don't want to admit that. This game is actually really fun. I really liked it. I think it is a pretty solid, kart racer. If you can't get, Mario Kart 64, because, that game is pretty expensive, you could always just pick this game up. I'm pretty sure this is on the much cheaper side, and it's still a pretty solid kart racer, all things considered, especially if you have, younger siblings or, family members, and, you want them to, play early kart racer on the N64. There's nothing wrong with Mickey's Speedway USA. Mario Golf. I really bought this game just because I saw it at a thrift store for a pretty cheap price, so I was like, why not? And you know what? It's in pretty clean condition, if I can say that myself looking at it. But yeah, it's pretty much Mario Golf. There's nothing else to really say here. I have not played this game with my friends yet, just because, it's goddamn Mario Golf. So maybe one day, but that day has yet to come. But yeah, it's Mario Golf. Mario Party. I actually played this recently, right before we got into our GoldenEye 007 session. But yeah, Mario Party. This is the first ever game in the series, and it still holds up to this day. I bought this at MagFest, I believe. I'm pretty sure I bought this at MagFest or Super Smash Con, one of those conventions. I bought it because it was a pretty decent price, and also I could verify whether or not it was a bootleg or not, which it isn't. So yeah, this is a pretty good game. yeah, Mario Party. Like, what else is there for me to say? If you know what Mario Party is, it's pretty much, you know, where it all started. This is the first game on the N64, and yeah. Now, this is one of my more recent pickups because I hear that this one is also pretty good. Mario Party 3. I've actually never played this game yet. As you can see, I paid a pretty hefty amount. I'm not afraid or ashamed to show that, just because I think that $65 is a reasonable price, especially since I bought this at a game store and I could verify that, you know, it is not a bootleg. Because if you buy these on like eBay and stuff like that, it's very tricky to go and tell whether or not the seller's trying to scam you with like a bootleg copy or a fake copy or whatever. So and you know, the Mario Party titles are very prone to getting bootleg / faked. So, you know, buying it at a game store I think is not that bad of an idea. The label is in pretty decent shape. I think it's a little faded, especially on this side here. But you know what? This is a legit copy, and whenever my friends do come over once again, we will play this game and probably have a good time, hopefully. Next game here, NFL Blitz. Pretty much bought this game because it was pretty cheap at a thrift store, once again. Next game here, I bought this at a convention for a reasonably discounted price because I don't know if you could tell, but the label's like scotch taped on. But yeah, Perfect Dark. It's another one of those FPSs made by Rare that is pretty good. I've actually never played this game. I bought it and I haven't touched it yet, but from my understanding, it is pretty good. And it looks like they swapped the back of the cartridge. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but like the plastic is like slightly different colored. But yeah, definitely very, very interesting. Next game here, Pokémon Snap. I actually played this game extensively and I finished it because it's not that hard to play and finish. But yeah, Pokemon Snap, when I bought this game, it was like a $5 game. Nowadays, it's like $10 to $15 for some reason. I have no idea why. This is literally just like a simulator for the N64, just to show you on how pretty and graphical the you know, console is for the time, obviously. And you know what? It's a good game. I'm not gonna say it's great or anything like that, but you know what? If you want like a pretty relaxing, you know, just taking pictures of Pokemon and stuff like that, that's pretty much it. That's Pokemon Snap. And I would love to see like a Pokemon Snap 2, you know, whether it was on the Wii U or like now it's on the, or now it could be on the Switch, you know, a sequel to Pokemon Snap I think wouldn't hurt. Star Fox 64, one of the much more well-known titles for the console. When you talk about the N64, people usually mention Star Fox as one of like the main titles that they really liked and enjoyed. And you know what? I can definitely see why. I love the ones on the GameCube. I actually haven't played this one yet, but you know what? I'm pretty sure it is good. I really wanted to get the 3DS one, which I probably still can, because when I bought this, the 3DS one was like extremely rare and like really pricey, but since they re-released it on Nintendo Selects, I think it's, you know, gone down in price heavily. So maybe one day I'll finally, you know, track down a copy and play it on my 3DS. But Star Fox 64, what else is there for me to say other than it's a pretty good, you know, Star Fox game where you go in a spaceship and shoot things. Okay, so these next couple of games are actually very interesting. So these I won in a giveaway back in the day, a long time ago. J. Hay Sr. or JR Sr. or something like that. I forget his name, but he was doing like a Turok N64 giveaway, and I pretty much got these games for free. So I got the variant of Turok 2, the black cartridge, and the gray one, and then I also got the first Turok. I actually haven't played these games. I think I popped them in once just to like try them out. I don't remember much of it, but you know what? I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's a dinosaur hunting game. So if you're interested in that, that's Turok. Next up, we got Wave Race 64. This is definitely a very interesting game. I think this is a favorite among some people when it comes to their N64 game, which I can't blame them. You know, this is a pretty decent game. You know, it's a wave racing game, you know, and it's on the N64, and yeah, it's pretty good. I would, not pretty good, but it's good enough for what it is, you know. I had a small amount of fun playing that one. Last game I have here, Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is just a game that I really couldn't get into. I'm not sure if it's because it's past my time or like I'm not seeing exactly what's really good in it or whatever, but I know that a lot of people still say that this is their favorite game of all time, which I will not, say that it can't hold up to that potential, but in my eyes, it's just not there for me anyways. But you know what? I still recognize that this is, is a pretty good game, but for myself, in my opinion, I just don't see it. I'm not a huge fan of 3D Zelda games, I would say. I really didn't like Breath of the Wild. Well, not really didn't like, but like I just really couldn't get into it. Like I appreciate what Breath of the Wild was, but I just couldn't like get into it, like get into the world and like get invested in stuff like that. And the same thing with Ocarina of Time. I just couldn't really get into it. But when it comes to like 2D Zelda games, I'm all in on those. But anyways, after that very controversial statement about Zelda games, that is my N64 collection. As you can tell, it's a very small yet humbling collection. I don't have a lot of games here, but the ones I do have, I have played a decent amount of, or played some in some regards, and then others I just bought because they were cheap at a thrift store. But anyways, that is my entire N64 collection. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, I try my best to post updates to my future videos or whatever's going on within the gaming world, post my opinion on there or whatever, so follow me on there. And then, yeah, I think that is about it. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. I will see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers.